Okay, this is actually my favorite part. Who would have thought, as a teacher who grades hundreds, if not thousands, of assignments a year, that I would get excited over grading, and especially writing, or you can do presentations or anything that you would grade with a rubric, you can grade in this exact same manner. But I actually like grading these things because, one, I really like the organization and the flow. I like that I can see the original work in addition to the rubric at the same time. I like that I can leave comments here, that I can type comments. I can actually put editing comments and notes in here. But what's even better is Goobric has added this voice note portion. So you can record an audio comment and leave it for your student. And I think that is probably the most fabulous addition that they have given in the past year. That it just makes life easy. Who doesn't want to just say something to their student? It sounds a lot more personal, gives, just a little bit something more than just leaving some flat comments. It's something I enjoy. So when you're done reading a student's work, whatever, you can go through. Once you click on one of these scores, then you click on the next tab. I don't know. I haven't read this, to be honest. I'm just going to go through it. This is an example. And just, you can always type a comment or leave a comment over here. So my point is to show you what it looks like on the other page. This is look like. Oh no. Anyway, so you can. Oh, and you can also email the scores if your district has email access. My students do not. So what happens is, I just finished all this. I would then flip to my next student, and the next page would come up. And again, it would still have the rubric all up here, their work below, and you would still have the options to put editing marks into the document, an overall comment up here, or a voice note. But the magic is on this rubric scores page. All the scores come up here. So then what I like to do is I like to look at each different category to see if there's any trends. Maybe I'm tired and I'm giving different grades in different areas, or I'm giving consistent grades in a particular area. Say that vocabulary is particularly one area that I grade harshly within. And I can look to, is it me? Is it my students? What's going on? I like that I can evaluate more objectively my own scores, being that this is not an objective score to begin with. So I like to look at ways to try to make it to where I'm more accountable for being as objective as possible. This screen, especially once it's all filled in, gives you that ability to look at things and go, oh, were they mostly on topic, or they, whatever your particular categories are, but it lets you look at things in a much more objective manner, in my opinion. Also, because this is a spreadsheet, you can also add another column here and use your typical, spreadsheet pre-given, mathematics that I can't even think right now. And you can use this in the whole screen. So you can use, so if you wanted to average the score, so it would be the average. This would be starting in row 2, column 2, F. So F2 through, let's see, J2. And that would highlight all these, and voila. Whoops. Actually, should have started below, but oh well. Anyway, so let me just fix that. So, and move it down here. Oh, there it goes. And up here, I'll just write the word average. One other thing that you can do, let's say you're looking at a student work and you're like, this is good, but it's not outstanding, instead of just clicking on one of these because you're torn between it being a 4 and a 5, you can go up here and change this to say 4.5. And what it's going to do is going to go back and highlight these areas. What happens then is it affects, of course, the average. But one part I didn't go over was that this then becomes part of your student's work. So I'm going to submit it. When you're looking at the student work, we'll often just go ahead and print everything at the end for a portfolio or something. If you're doing that, or you need it for a wall or a presentation, the rubric then pops up attached and filled out on their work. So it even tells you when it was graded, which you can then alter if you had a deadline that you forgot to meet. You can then look at they can see it, you can see it, whoever's looking at the document can also see the scores, can look at the comments. It's all written clearly right here. So to find that, again, you would just come back to your grading sheet. It is now in the link for student work. Okay, and I hope that helps getting you using Goobric, Doctopus, and grading your student work electronically.